Hello, I'm Annie Fairfoul here with a collection of fan memories, photos, stories, and favorite clips to honor the first anniversary of the loss of Elisabeth Sladen, our Sarah Jane Smith. So many of you responded with so much for Elisabeth that I could have made an hour of this easily. So if you don't see what you sent, please know how very much it was appreciated. Elisabeth deserved it. Now, we're going to start off with a joyful moment from the most requested episode of all, School Reunion. And then we'll go from there.
With you, did he do that thing where he'd explain something at like 90 miles per hour and you go, what? And he'd look at you like he just dribbled on your shirt?
All the time. Does he still stroke bits of the tie?
Yeah, yeah, he does. I'm like, do you two want to be alone?
How's it going? What? Listen, I need to find out what's programmed inside these. What? Stop it.
Now we're going to spend a couple of minutes looking at a few fan stories. Rick sent this cheery shot of Elisabeth where he says, "I was lucky enough to bump into her at Tesco's in Cardiff Bay. She was beautiful, kind, and gracious to me, and I went to work and was a mess because I just met Sarah Jane and it was all real." Corey says, "I had the pleasure of meeting her once. She was a warm, friendly, compassionate lady with a heart of gold. The universe will be a lonelier place without her." Brandon and her friends, she's the one in front, asked Liz for a chat after a theater performance. And though she was obviously frail, she came out in the cold to sign autographs and pose for photos. She was wonderful. Tom was taking photos of Elisabeth and Sylvester McCoy when they suddenly invited him behind the table for shots with them, a kindness he's never ever forgotten. Those were the fans, but let's hear from the lady herself on Sarah Jane. This clip is from The Five Doctors in 1983, when she was paired after several years with John Pertwee.
It was rather strange going back as John's assistant, because for 2 years I'd been Tom's assistant, and not only do you adapt, but you change your own performance. You need
imagine,
to.
yes.
So going back to John, it was like, am I going to be that Sarah, or am I going to be the Sarah that was with him as the other doctor? Well, he would prefer his assistant to be more little girlish, so I had to play up to that when I came back as this, which was quite strange. But did you hear him say there, all teeth and curls? That was my line.
Your line.
And I said, I wrote a good line. Lizzie, I think I should say that line.
I was so cross.
Cheeky John.
I was so... He did that, though.
And here's a brief clip to illustrate her point.
Go on, I'm listening.
Right. So, there they all were in the cellar, chanting away like Billy-o, when all of a sudden this giant spider appeared and jumped on Lupton's back.
It's coherent thought.
Oh, Doctor, really?
Scientific pun. What did you say?
I said, really, this is important, but you're so interested in that
But
wretched...
before that, what did you say before that? Did you say spider?
That's right.
Now listen to me, Sarah, this is very important. Tell me the whole story, right from the beginning.
That was from The Planet of the Spiders, where Sarah Jane played the intrepid girl reporter to the limit. But Elisabeth Sladen had no idea the influence she was wielding. Here she is with author David Southwell, who wrote, "That I became a journalist is in a small way down to how Liz Sladen brought the character to life. She made her deeply noble, intensely heroic, and eminently lovable." Now, just to lighten up for a moment, who do you think wore the rubber insect better? Time to get back to the doctors. Lee Moon suggested this clip because, as he said, it's my favorite moment from Pyramids of Mars. There's a moment of calm in the garden. She says, "Your shoes need cleaning." It's a beautiful moment between two friends that's beautifully played. It also clearly shows the evolution of Sarah Jane.
Are you going to help, or are you just going to stand there and admire the scenery?
Your shoes need repairing. I actually wasn't admiring the scenery. I was waiting for you to tell me what to do.
Eventually, she said goodbye to the doctor. But not forever.
Don't forget me.
Sarah. Don't you forget me.
Bye, Doctor.
Bye.
You know, travel does broaden the mind.
Yes. Till we meet again, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
It's you. Oh, Doctor. Oh my God, it's you, isn't it? You've regenerated.
Yeah, half a dozen times since we last met.
You look incredible.
So do you.
I got old.
So, gosh, that was different. Hello, everyone.
Who are you? Where's Clyde?
Come on, Ronnie, use your brain. Clyde and I swap places, yes? I'm where he was, so he's where I was, which means right now, ooh, he's in a lot of trouble.
No, Ronnie, don't you see? It's you, isn't it? Oh, you've done it again.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
Doctor? That's the doctor.
What doctor? The doctor? My doctor?
Yeah, well, he can change his face.
I know. Into a baby's.
Boy, imagine it from my point of view. Last time I saw you, Joe Grant, you were what, 21, 22? It's like someone baked you.
And now some words from a few of her fans. It was such a joy to finally get to meet Elisabeth Sladen at a convention for her many American fans. It was truly a great moment that will be one of the major highlights of my Doctor Who convention experiences. Elisabeth Sladen was instrumental in Doctor Who's success during her tenure on the show, especially alongside Tom Baker. She will never be forgotten, and it's a testament to the success of her character that she returned to the role in the Sarah Jane adventures. Here is a girl who's feisty, not afraid of giving her opinion or arguing with the Doctor, but it was so much more than that. Both the third and fourth Doctor loved her and clearly had a strong affection for Sarah. This was no acting. Everyone loved Elisabeth Sladen, and what's not to love? My own son, when asked about her, couldn't look me in the eye, but echoed Tom Baker by saying, "She was a good girl, Mom, and I hate cancer." None of us could agree more. And finally, two record-holding companions. Fraser Hines, who as Jamie McCrimmon was the longest-serving companion, and Elisabeth, who served under 4 doctors and ended up with her own spin-off, The Sarah Jane Adventures. Sorry, K9. Normally I'd sign off right now, but for Elisabeth Sladen, our Sarah Jane. Out.